Welcome to May. Welcome to May, the month of May. Today is International Workers' Day, and I want to really shout out to the workers, all workers, whether you're self employed, whether you have to clock in to a rigid 9 to 5, or you're more, have more autonomy over your timing, your work. Maybe you work from home. Maybe you're a diplomat, maybe you're a whatever work you do in whatever capacity. It's the International Day of the Worker. I have a channel on YouTube that's dedicated just to the worker. And it's the name of the channel is Everybody's Got to Do It. And it's something I'm passionate about. All my channels reflect something that I am passionate about. And this is no exception. The worker, the backbone of society, the salt of the earth, as the song says. Let's drink to the salt of the earth, the hardworking people. Let's drink. We definitely should take time out. And today we have set aside this special day, May 1, International Day of the Worker. Celebrate yourself. You get up every day, you grind, and you do so because, well, first and foremost, you need to earn your keep. You need to pay your rent on this planet. You need to be in the position where you can help yourself, first and foremost, so you don't have to, as an adult, rely on somebody else for your upkeep, for your basic necessities of life. As an adult, you owe yourself that much to be able to fend for yourself, to take your place, and become part of that team of persons whose sweat returns to the earth, the salt of the earth, figuratively speaking. So, first and foremost, we owe that to ourselves. But we also work to be able to provide for those who depend on us, our family, our children in particular. They are our dependents, maybe our seniors who, when we were little, they took care of us. They provided for us. Our moms, dads, parents, grandparents, step parents, aunties, uncles, they helped to take care of us when we were little. And now, in their senior years, we are blessed that they are still with us, and we need to now take care of them. And we work for that. We work to keep society going. Society depends on its workers to do the little things that keep the wheels spinning. Some of these things we take for granted. And if particular workers would go on strike or stop turning up for those jobs, we would really see how important they are. We take the garbage men for granted. We take the ancillary staff for granted. We take the person who sweep the streets for granted. We take the persons who serve us in the restaurants, in the hotels. We take them for granted. And we think that the only important jobs are the doctors and the lawyers and the engineers. But no, we take our farmers for granted. We take our teachers for granted. The farmers provide the food that keep us alive. Without the farmers, what would we do? What would we eat? Junk. The teachers, of whom I am one, I am part of that elite group, a teacher. and we mold the minds of the young. Your children are with us sometimes for more hours per day than they are with you in terms of active hours where they are conscious and alert. You might get home, let's say 5 o'clock, 5 p.m. You're busy in the kitchen making dinner. You don't really get to spend the time with your kids. After dinner, maybe you're with them for an hour or two. Everybody goes to sleep. You wake up in the morning, 7 o'clock. Everybody is off to work or school. The teacher spends more time with your child actively discussing, just interacting, than you do in a lot of cases. So respect the teacher and respect the role that the teacher plays in your life and in your child's molding and what your child can turn out to be. Let us appreciate all the different jobs, all of them. The bus driver takes us to and fro, you know. Those of us who don't have a vehicle of our own, we take the bus and the train, and we fly the airplane for the pilots, for those who are traveling internationally. We take the ship. All of these persons are important to us. Can you imagine if all the pilots went on strike and decided they were not going to fly the planes to take us from here to there when we want to go on vacation, when we want to visit our families abroad, when we want to travel for business? What if there were no pilots? Everybody has a role to play, and today we set aside the time to just reflect on the different workers and what they do and how society on a whole benefits from the collaboration, the participation of all of its workers. On my channel, Everybody's Got to Do It, I focus on jobs, but in particular, I try to look at the behind the scenes, the nitty gritty aspects of work, things that other people wouldn't take for granted. They wouldn't even think of asking or considering this aspect of the job. So whenever I'm interviewing persons for that channel, I always ask those questions. What is it like behind the scenes? What are the everyday nitty gritty things that you have to do in this job? I remember the program Dirty Jobs. I don't remember which channel that was on. Maybe TLC or one of those. And I think it's Micro. So Micro would interview these persons. So because it's Dirty Jobs, he tended to interview the persons who were doing some really nasty jobs, which were crucial to the running of things. But they were really dirty jobs, and not many people would want to do it, but somebody has to do it. And that's really what I think that's what gave me the idea to have that channel. Everybody's Got to Do It. I was inspired by that show, Dirty Jobs. And so whenever I'm interviewing persons for that channel, I always try to find out what are those everyday things that your job entails that the average person would not even think of, because I always appreciate those who, put out the effort to get things done in whatever capacity. Maybe you're not in your ideal job right now, right? It's not the job you want to be doing, but it's a job, and it's something that keeps your bills paid. It's something that keeps you from becoming a parasite and harassing other people for their hard earned money and resources, right? So, no matter how humble your job is, for the time being, it is providing for you, it is allowing you to be able to meet your needs, even on a very basic level. And when you can do better, you do better, right? Never settle. Always be trying to improve yourself. Um, Educate yourself. Invest in your education so that you can either get a better job or create jobs. And we have to think that way. We have to think in terms of creating jobs for ourselves, to for our children to inherit, and just for the wider society to create opportunities for other persons to work. Some of us have to be the bosses. Some of us have to be the bosses. Some will be workers and some have to create the jobs. I am one of those who creates jobs, creates spaces for people to have an impact on the world. So again, today, International Workers' Day, and we take time to celebrate ourselves. If you are currently unemployed or even unemployable, that does not have to remain your fate. You have to get up and invest in yourself in some way. I saw this morning, I was reading an article where Heart is offering free training courses. Start somewhere. Start somewhere. Improve on yourself. Don't accept that, oh, I am unemployed or I am unemployable and that is my fate. That might be your situation right now, but it's up to you to change that and to capitalize on any opportunity that is being offered, any kind of certification that you can get, especially if it is free or low cost. Invest in yourself, get that certification and build on it, right? Let's drink to the hardworking people of society, of which I am one, definitely one. Let's drink to us on this International Workers' Day. Have a great day, have a productive day, and I hope that you have satisfaction this evening when you put your head on the pillow and go right to bed because you have put in all the effort into your work today.